Hello everyone and welcome to the Nations Cup, the top 24 superstars. We're in it again, full 24 SS lobby, and as you can see we're going to go through the grid this time, no qualifying lap. It's a long one, as you can tell, 244 ones there, another one, 44-2, and some of the liveries as well. You can see Muscle Todd's, he seems to use that livery quite a lot. I've got GTA Racing on the Skyline. I'm starting 10th. I couldn't really get used to the track initially, first time racing here. And as you can tell by the grid, everyone is all over the place. There's some close times when you look at this grid really. I think that was the second covering the top 16, top 17. Very close racing, and as you can tell by the length of the video, it's a bit of a long one. And that doesn't even have all the highlights in there. So you may have seen my brake balance there, just to quickly whiz through the screen. Let's get racing. So what I'm going to do on this first lap is I'll explain a bit of the lap. You get to see how tightly packed this pack is, and then we'll get into the racing action. So going into this first corner with this car's all about momentum. It's a very interesting car, so if you were struggling here, the key here is to try and maintain as much speed as possible in any given corner, and also the trick is to not change gears too often. Now you may have seen the rank one time, he was using the clutch I believe, or using the shifter I think. I'm going to look at it a bit more to reduce the delay in changing gear, whereas I'm obviously using the paddle shifts. There seems to be a delay that it does need to go in this FIA mode, by the way, or don't use these cars because it's a bit silly, because I believe he was much slower in the race, which suggests he switched to paddles. Can't confirm that, but even so, it's all about momentum and speed, and as you've seen so far, I'm trail braking quite a lot, and I'm actually off the pedals for quite a bit as well as I come into these corners. So as you can see, I'm just trying to keep on the throttle as much as I can. The car's very stable, so you can get on the throttle quite early. If you get a bit of oversteer, it's very manageable. Now notice I'm in third gear here, very low on the revs. Trick here, as I mentioned earlier, don't change gear too often. As you've got a delay between, say, second and third and fourth, etc., it's actually better to come out the corner in a slightly lower end of the rev range, because you'll actually gain more time overall by the end of the straight because you haven't changed gear as much. Nice little tip there for you as well, as we come towards the end of whichever sector this is, third, fourth, whatever. But I hope you've been looking in the TV camera as well, because you could, well, just look up front. Look at that, there's cars absolutely everywhere. Now I believe that was Spider getting nudged out by Azori and Gordo. We mentioned him obviously in a previous video, Manufacturers Cup. So yeah, it's happened again here. I believe somebody else showed me a video and it's happened with him as well. That guy needs to just calm down. If he wants to race, he needs to just calm down. We're after clean racing at the end of the day, not aggressive. You're not going to win every race. I know at this point, I'm in 10th position, it's going to be very hard to win the race. It's a possibility if stuff goes wrong for other people, but it's going to be very hard. We're going to get past 9 other very quick guys in this. Or girls, don't know if there's any girls racing, who knows. But we're getting to the end of lap number 1 now as we come up to this last corner. Again, this last corner, third gear. Look how low in the rev range I am. You can hardly hear the car. But by the end of the straight, it's actually faster to do this in this car. So let's get with the action. So we're in the top 10. As you can see on the bonnet, we're number 12, so we're ahead of our position that the game expects us to finish. Good start. We don't want to lose any driver rating. Coming into here, we're keeping up with further us. We've got Muzzle Todd in there. Who's in front of Muzzle Todd? I can't actually see. Enzo Sim Driver, and then I believe it's Spider in front of him. We've got Gartmeyer behind, and we've also got ETA Cars. I think Gartmeyer is winning the Nations Cup at this point in the race. Or at least before the race, he was definitely winning it. 28.7, that's a really quick first sector, but obviously everyone's got slipstream, so it's a bit chaotic. Look at this, going into here for the rest, looking to make a move on Muzzle Todd. Muzzle Todd runs slightly wide there. So obviously now I'm looking for opportunities. Look, I'm in 4th gear, as I say, stay in the higher gears, it helps in the long run. As you can see, I get a bit more of a boost here. Favaras goes to the right. I can't really dive bomb on the right, can I? I've just got to pull in behind. I'm going to follow Favaras through. I'm not, but I'm going to get hit behind by Gartmeyer, which I actually didn't think was very fair, to be honest, because he continues with the move. If you're going to hit somebody or push to pass like that, you shouldn't really do it in this. So, you know, don't do it again, please, thanks, that's much appreciated. As you can see, the second to third gear changed because I was so tight on that corner, I had to be in second. See how it affected me. I lost that position. But yeah, I didn't like that move at all. He pushed a pass. I couldn't go anywhere. This car's into me. And as you saw, I hit muzzle Todd. Let's advance a bit further on now to lap number 3. As I say, there's a lot of action in this. I had to cut quite a bit of the action out just to get some of this down and cut it down to just over 20 minutes. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Cone goes flying. Yes, I still use cones. It's better to have more brake markers than less, although cones can affect you a little bit. I'll get into another video about that. As somebody goes off there, muzzle Todd gets affected by that. There's 3 wide now going up to this left-hander. Got Spider going off then, so I think Spider must have been nudged off again as we come into this left-hander. So we're looking for a place to overtake. Gartmeyer goes to the inside of Spider. I think there might have been a slight tap there. Further goes on the inside of Gartmeyer. Oh, look how close this is. This is crazy, honestly. So I had nowhere to go here, so I do a slight nudge there. That doesn't affect me at all. Spider's gone off again. I'm not sure if he is nudged there. ETI Karting's taking advantage of that speed where I couldn't go anywhere. But as I come into here, look at the radar. Smash straight into me. That was Spider there. Completely ruins that part of the race for me straight off the bat. Really, really frustrating. Obviously, I've raced by loads of times. I've talked to the guy. But that was really disappointing to see. Obviously, he got frustrated, and I could tell that by that. But you know, you don't take revenge on somebody who's not done anything. You don't take revenge generally, to be honest, in racing. You've just got to accept there's some idiots out there and drive on. So, we now have a monumental task just to get up to 12th, so we don't lose any driver rating. But we don't give up. We are not giving up. So here we go. We've got TWR Seb 72 as we go to the inside. I think he races with GT Fusion actually. Go to the inside. And obviously we're right behind M. Thomas, so Seb can't come in. We're looking to get that position. But obviously Seb's now on the inside for this left-hander. Look at that, we changed to 3rd gear. We're going for the trick here, but Seb loses it on the curb. Curb's very dangerous in this car. We get that position up to 17th position from 18th. So let's advance a bit further ahead now. And we're looking to overtake M. Thomas. We've got a couple of Brits in here. We've got Spurgey in front of Thomas. I was leading the Nations Cup before this one, I think. Or I was very close to it. And we've also got Jamie in there as well. We've raced Jamie a few times, of course. Remember Suzuka, the battle there. Obviously, we know Spurgey, GT Academy. We've raced Spurgey a few times. We haven't raced M. Thomas too much, but even so, we're looking for a place to overtake. And he just makes a slight mistake under braking there, so I go to the inside. And I do this corner very well this lap to get that position there. So up to 16th now. We're halfway through the race. And yes, we're not even halfway through the video, so you can imagine what's going to come. So we continue on now. We're going to try and start attacking Spurgey and get up to this battle. As you can see, it's still so close with this pack. We can still get up to like 9th, 8th, somewhere around there. There's loads of people in front. But as you can see, Thomas doesn't get a run on me there as we come into this left-hander. I love this corner. I seem to be able to do this very, very well. And I enjoyed this corner as well. So we're coming down now towards the sharp right-hander. This is the tricky one, and this is one of my favourite corners now at the moment. I think it's a great place. But as we come into here, I nail the braking perfectly here. Go on the inside, do exactly what I did earlier. Get right behind Spurgey, so TRL Aug can't get in. We've raced TRL Aug before. Remember Manufacturers Cup, Lamborghini versus the Porsche Cayman. He was in. But notice I'm in 3rd gear. Watch Aug now. Notice that change of gear. I go on the left hand side. He's a clean driver, I know that, so obviously I try and give him as much room here as possible because the cars do understeer. He then obviously does the same on the right hand side. I just make it around the corner. Look behind me, I'm just in front. Another position gained. We made quite a few positions at the end of the last lap and into this lap. That's 3 now. Up to 15th position. We've got Spurgey, Gartmeyer. As you can see, actually we're going in 11th, 10th, 9th. Yeah, 8th position there. We can see up ahead. What can we do? So as you can see, we're right behind Spurgey now. There's a 3-way up ahead. Obviously, battle after battle after battle. But we're going to be fighting with Spurgey now. Can we overtake Spurgey is the question. We're not far off our driver rating position that he expects. So I'm kind of getting a bit happier at this point because I'm not going to lose much if I do get 14th. But let's see if we can get Spurgey now. Spurgey, I do notice, stays in 3rd gear. Doesn't get the loss of speed there. So I can't do the same move I did on TRL Aug. As you notice, M. Thomas actually overtook Aug as well there. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Look, coming into here. Look how close we get to Spurgey here. Oh, look how close that is. But obviously we're managing our speed through that corner, so it's slight dabs of the brake, so it's very easy to get very, very close in that corner. It's just from dirty air a little bit, but even so we continue on racing as we head towards this right-hander. As you can see, everyone is side by side still. Absolutely crazy, crazy stuff. This is another corner. I changed to 3rd gear here. Now you can do 2nd, 3rd here. or third here. It doesn't really matter because they change uphill. It's actually better to be in second, but then third, obviously, you're just not losing that speed. It's kind of interesting. Now, this is a mistake by me. Spurgey goes left. I go behind Muzzle, and I really should have followed Spurgey there. Really should have. Big mistake there by me. Should have got that position, really, with Spurgey. But even so, we've not lost too much. I'm not sure where Muzzle was going there with that one. But even so, we continue racing. We've got 4 laps to get, well, 3.5 laps to get any more positions here. As we look to the inside of Muzzle here, not quite there really. He breaks a very good spot, so I can't really get on the inside. Not without any contact. We're not here for contact, as we always say. We're here for the racing. As you look at the TV screen now, look how many cars are on this straight line. Oh my word! Look at that. That looks awesome on the TV camera. I really wish to live stream this race already and get some commentary on, maybe Tom Brooks or Oink or just somebody. Get them on this commentary, man, because it'd be awesome to watch this. As you see there, I think Gartmeyer had contact with ETI Karting on that right-hander. I'm not fully sure, can't be confirmed that, but even so, ETI Karting is spanning out the race. So we're up to 13th now, 1 off our driver position, 1 off. Got TRL Aug right up our trumpet, so we've got to be careful of him. And we've got the battle up ahead, and yeah, look at that. It's still side by side up there. There's all sorts going on. We've got Gatos in there as well. Spurgey's obviously made a couple of positions after getting that advantage over Muzzle Todd. Gatos runs wide there, and once again we're looking to see if we can make any moves anywhere. Got about 2.5 laps left to do it. Can we do it is the question, as we head towards the short right-hander once again. And as you can see, I dropped to second gear this time because I'm looking for the acceleration. I see TRL Aug is on my outside. This is what clean racing is all about. Look at that, he's on my left there. Muzzle Todd here just loses a lot of speed. TRL Aug, I see him on the inside. I was fair there, I think. He gets just enough room. We go 3 wide, heading up to this hairpin. I can't believe how close that was as well. Fair play with Aug there. Really enjoy racing him. Really fair guy. Oh, girl, I don't actually know, you know, whatever. Really fair racer. Let's continue on the race. We're in 12th. We just have to come off the throttle a little bit here just to get in line. This is no way you can do this corner too wide in these cars. No way. So you just got to be careful here. As does Muzzle Todd. He just pulls in behind. Fair play to him. So we're still in 13th. We overtook someone and we got overtaken. But remember, we have overtaken TRL Aug already. Can we do it again? Let's find out in due course. So we continue on, and as you can see by the TV camera once again, look at that line of cars. That's ridiculous. We're 7 laps into this race. We're about 20 minutes in. God knows how long we're into this. It's nearly a 3-minute lap, and we are still racing. And this is what I've said in the past as well with this. You know, if you're having a good race, a fun race, it doesn't matter what position it's for. So I mentioned this at Interlagos on the last 24 Superstar race. We're fighting for 8th, 9th, I don't know, there's whoever's up front in this pack, but it's awesome fun, absolutely awesome fun, and that's what you need in the racing. You don't have to be fighting for the win all the time. You can still have good fun. So, you know, even though I got wiped out completely by Spider, yeah, we can still have some fun here, although it would have been nice to be a bit further up. But even so, let's get back to this racing. We're coming up to one of my favourite corners again for overtaking, and I know Aug is coming down lower in the gears, remember that. So as you can see, he gets the drop off of the speed there, changes to 4th gear. I stayed in 4th gear as we head down towards this right-hander. Are we going to get there? We just come off the brakes and back on again because I noticed I could get a bit of an advantage there, and I get a bit of trail braking. So Aug on the inside, I'm on the outside. Now we're looking for the 3rd gear. We do the exact same thing here. And we're looking to get the cut back. Aug tries to accelerate as fast as he can. There we go, there's the loss of speed through the change of gear as we go to the left-hand side here. And we've already got the position done, so we can come straight across, take our racing line up to 12th, where we are, well, where we should be in terms of what the lobby thinks places us. We're 12th based on our driver rating. Now anything is a bonus from this point. What can we get? So we're fighting for 9th position. You can see there's more fighting up further ahead as well, so you know, we never know what can happen. But even so, we head towards his right-hander. Gatos looking to the inside of Gartmeyer. I think there was contact there between Gatos and Gartmeyer. So we're going to try and take advantage of this. They're both going to be slow at the corner. And they both do the change gear. And I just lose a load of speed there just to avoid the contact. They just change gear a bit a bit earlier than I expected, which cost me that time. I had to take avoiding action as we then head towards this left-hander. We're going to try and look on the inside, but Gatos covers it there. Just didn't have enough of an overlap, and we've got TRL Aug on our outside again. Awesome racing this as we continue on. Look at the TV camera now. Everyone's slotting into place. Everybody knows this is a single file corner. That's what I like. Everyone gets a bit of an understanding here as we go towards left side. I get a good run here. I admit I slightly tapped Gatos there, so I just let off because I didn't want him spinning out the way if he'd lost the rear more. That's cost me TRL Augs, and it's also cost me to muzzle Todd. Now I did that because that's fair. You know, if I tap Gatos and then he loses the rear because of the grasses on the outside as well, and then I hit him again because he's losing the rear, I didn't want to be the cause of that. That's why I let off. So here we go. We're all fighting for the slipstream here. I'm on the right hand side. I don't want to go any more over because obviously that would cause issues. So here we go. Nice bit of slipstream. Muzzle Todd's got the inside though. So we're going to have to pull in, it looks like. And we do there. So back down to 14th. This isn't where we want to be. We've got 2 laps to go. What's going to happen now? So we're going to look to overtake Muzzle Todd. Let's see where we can do it. As we head up this hill, obviously slipstream galore with everybody fighting with each other at the moment. And we're going to head towards this left-hander. Can we do it here? We can't. Muzzle Todd defends that off very nicely. And through here we go. As I say, 4th gear here. Stay in the higher gear in this car. It will benefit you later on. As you can see there, the slowdown on Muzzle Todd didn't happen too much there, but I had to turn at the same time. As we come into this corner, we're looking to overtake. And I believe we might have it. Have we got it? Have we got it? We're side by side. And TRL Gatos side by side as well. 2 by 2 through these corners. Now we've got the left-hander. Can we do the same again? So I'm in 3rd gear. I've got the outside line this time. And Muzzle Todd there just gets a position. You can just see the gear change. But I didn't have enough speed through the corner. Didn't work this time. And we've got 1.5 laps to go now. Can we do it? As TRL Aug makes that position. Gatos trying to defend from Muzzle Todd now. Going to this left-hander. Not the place to be on the outside here because it opens up, but you ever want to increase your speed here. But Muzzle Todd does manage that well. TRL Aug right on the outside. Going to be scary stuff. Gatos trying to defend from Muzzle Todd. There's a barrier there. Be careful as we head towards this sharp right-hander now. And look at this, 3 wide into that. So I think, oh, thank you very much. I'll have both those positions. Just avoid the contact with Gatos there. But we do take Muzzle Todd. But Muzzle Todd's got more speed out the corner. We haven't done it yet. But he does the gear change a bit too late. And we do get him. We're up to 13th again. So some awesome racing so far. Believe it or not, we got the last lap to go yet. And Gatos gets TRL Aug there. We want to gain 1 position, of course, and you're just going to... Are they going to try and go too wide through there? No. See, there you go, you see. I didn't think they did that. I couldn't remember for a second, because it is very scary to do that. TRL Aug makes a mistake there. Obviously running a bit close there, so I go for the overtake. Do we manage it? We do indeed. But we run a little bit wide, so does TRL Aug. Muzzle Todd comes on the inside, looking at the radar. Side by side, there's a slight contact there. That's fair play, you know. He couldn't have done anything there. There was slight contact between Muzzle Todd, TRL Aug, and myself. 3 wide coming out that corner. Pretty insane stuff. We're up to 12th again, though. This is where we want to be. Can we catch Gatos on this last lap? That is the question. So what we're going to do is we run slightly wide. I don't like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward a little bit, see if we can get the position. I always had that position there because obviously you get a better run out from where I was. As we fast forward, can we catch Gatos? That's the question. It's a long lap. This is why I'm fast forwarding it a little bit. As you can see, Muzzle Todd's trying. Oh, I forgot about that dive bomb. Forgot about that. He goes for a dive bomb. I saw that and I turned. I let him go by and then turned in. Maybe I should have showed that. I'll show that at the end when you get the video playlist and stuff. Completely forgot about it. But anyway, let's go to Gatos. As we come in, Jamie's made it up to 14th. Well played, Jamie. He started way back in 21st, I think, or something like that. But Gatos runs wide here, so I'm thinking, excellent. Here we go, rubbing my hands together. Can we do this? Can we do this? And as you can see, we've got 7th place up there. So, you know, if we had a few more laps, we could have been into the single digits. Spurgeon's made some good positions, and I am worried about Nations Cup at this point, because I did want to win this one, because I was in chance for winning it. So we will have to see. Looks like Gartmai's just overtaken Spurgey, but let's focus on Gatos here. Last few corners, that is the question. And as we come into this right-hander, we take this very nicely. Look at that, that's perfect. Get a good run there. Just have to slow down a little bit. Azori and Gordo's got a penalty. So I go left, he goes right. Coming into this last corner, we're side by side. Side by side. One thing you gotta remember, the gear trick. Watch this. There you go. Gear trick. And look at my reaction. I am so happy with this 10th place, starting 10th. We made it back to 10th. Look at the reaction. Bang! There we go. What a race. What an absolute joyful and fun race. We made it back up. I was surprised I didn't even get a penalty for that, to be fair. And you're not going to believe what it says next as well. It says clean race. So don't know how that works. Obviously I did race clean, you saw that. I raced as clean as I possibly could. I hope you enjoyed that video. I'll play the Azori and Gordo, the muzzle Todd, bit of dive bomb. Maybe he just outbroke himself, I'm not sure, in the background. But I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a video playlist there of more races if you want to watch those. My logo's there if you want to subscribe. But that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.